And all the management present today, the deans, deputy deans, our special guest, good morning. I know you think it's afternoon, it's still a morning. Good morning. I'm so happy to stand before you today as your program director for the day. It is not common that the Vice-Chancellor will call us to celebrate your achievements. She is one in a million. So, as your program director for today, I don't want to see you so serious. This is a celebration. We are here to celebrate your achievements, your promotion, so that we inspire other people that are not here. When they look at the videos, everything that will be posted today, they all should strive to say, next year, it's my turn. So, with all being said, I would like to call Professor Naidu to come and do the opening prayer.
the fruits of the Spirit: love.
Thank you, Prof, for the wonderful prayer. Like I said, this is a celebration. We shouldn't be this quiet. And then the choir, from time to time, they will try to give us just one item so that we are happy. We need to be happy. Are we happy today? But you don't look happy to me. Okay. I remember a few years ago, when you are being motivated to finish your PhD, they don't tell you that the real work starts after PhD. They say finish, graduate. And I'm so happy to see that the number of graduates, of PhD graduates at our institution is growing. And mostly the staff is is graduating from our very own university, which is good, which means that we do value what we do at our institution. A round of applause for that. I would like to call Babu Ngobo to give us the welcome and the purpose of this event. Bab.
But I'm sure you're not associating it with age. It's in our culture. It's in the tradition. Um, is it still the morning? If it is, good morning to all present. And thank you, Program Director. During my time, people in this role were called Master of Ceremonies, and it was easier to say thank you, MC. Now we say thank you, Program Director, and for the opportunity for me to say a few words to welcome all the guests and to briefly state the purpose of the VC's appreciation luncheon. Greetings. I'll start with the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Mtose, the DVCs, Professor Gunene, Professor Nomlomo, and Professor Chaka, senior management, the executives present, and all the deans. Our keynote speaker, understand, is online, Professor Siepe. Esteemed guests, Osingai Lapa, that's a new expression which I learned recently. That is those promoted to associate professors, full professors, professor levels, and those promotions for them would be effective January 2024, and then the newly crowned PhDs. To the heads of departments and the supervisors that were involved in these processes, all colleagues invited and present here today. If I've missed anyone, I'll hide behind all protocols observed. Greetings to all. A warm and pleasant welcome to this important day on the university calendar, a day when we gather to honor and celebrate the remarkable achievements of our academic staff. Today, we take a moment to recognize the dedication, the hard work, the intellectual prowess of our colleagues who have recently obtained their PhDs, as well as those who have been promoted to professor and professor levels through a very rigorous process. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. It has been a journey marked by challenges and triumphs, and today we celebrate the outcomes of your sustained and unwavering commitment. Let me just give you some numbers so that you understand why we feel so excited about this occasion. The base for this year, which is a staff complement of academics, is higher than it was in 2023. Not by much, but you will actually see the impact of that on the statistics as I relate them to you. Our academic staff complement is now 304 at the last assessment, which I was doing for this occasion. Last year it was about seven. It was 7 people. It can't be about. It was 7 people less than that. The complement of the lecturers is 194. 62 of them have doctorates. The senior lecturers, the complement is 56. 48 of them have doctorates. Associate professors, 34. PhDs, 34. It's expected. Full professors, 18. The PhDs, 18. And senior professors, we have 2 also with their PhD degrees. So out of a total of 304 academic staff, PhDs is 164, which is 54%. The masters is 140, which makes up the balance of 46. I will tell you about the growth when I come to the informing background. The gender representation, women, is 130 out of the 304, which gives us round up 43%. 67 of them with PhDs. Males is 174, 57%, and 97 with PhDs. Now, what is the history over the past 5 years? You may remember that we didn't have any academic promotions in 2019 in 2021 because of some hiccups that we had. So I went back a year to give you a picture of 5 years. In 2019, promotions, we had 2 associate professors and 3 full professors. In 2020, we had 6 associate professors and 4 full professors. So the numbers were going up. 2022, we had 11 associate professors and 1 full professor. And 2023, 7 associate professors, 2024, 6. So in the past 5 years, we've had people promoted to associate professor level, 32, and 8 to full professor level. You may ask, why are we so keen to do this analysis? In terms of the strategic goal number 6, we need to continue to recruit, to employ and retain a cohort of qualified academic staff. And there were key objectives there. One was to increase the percentage growth in the number of women academic staff with PhDs, and we moved from 58 to 67, which, believe it or not, in terms of the numbers, is 24%. The percentage growth in the number of academic staff with PhDs, we moved from 49.1% to 54, which is a growth rate of 4.82%. So already we have 100% there in both of those objectives. What about professional support staff, you may ask, because we've never spoken about this before. Currently, we have 669 professional support staff, all grades. So if you think that the percentage is low, you must take that into account that we're talking about all grades. But it's 3.1% that have PhDs. I think that needs to be celebrated. In closing, let us also acknowledge the supportive environment that has enabled your successes. I'm talking about those that we're celebrating today. The families, the friends, the colleagues who stood by you during the journey. I also say to them, thank you, because your encouragement and belief in their um, potential of those that we're celebrating today, played an invaluable role in their accomplishments. Today's celebration is not just about individual milestones, it reflects the collective strength of our academic community. It is a moment to reaffirm a shared commitment to scholarship, to innovation, and the pursuit of wisdom. As we look to the future and continue to foster an environment that encourages curiosity, collaboration, and relentless quest for knowledge. So take pride in your achievements. May your journeys inspire others. I think I heard that in the word of prayer. Encourage dialogue and ignite a passion for learning and that transcends boundaries. Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you, Babu Ngob. Eh, colleagues, you've heard the statistics, and it's very fulfilling when you listen and you are amongst those who are being counted there. So let us go out and motivate other people that are not those that do not see the need to study. We have those people that are happy being miss or messes. We need to change these miss or messes, because when we are being called messes, they take ownership of your title. You need to change that. Be a doctor, be a professor, be a senior professor if possible. When I heard the stats, I'm like, oh wow, which means it's not easy to get there, but it's doable. If others can do it, we can all do it, right? Okay. If a node for African thought was a person, that would be Professor Siepe. Uh, I hope Professor Siepe is online. He is our keynote speaker. He will be talking about promoting the African node. Professor Siepe, are you ready? Professor Siepe?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Yes, Prof,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Yes, and I can hear you loud and clear. Are you all set? Okay, fantastic.
Professor Siepe, you are muted, Prof.
Yes, I listen myself.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, Prof, you can go ahead. We are listening.
Oh, it's time for me to speak.
Yes, Prof, it is.
Okay. Well, let me start first by thanking the Vice-Chancellor for leading from the front, and also to thank the Vice Chancellor for making it possible for investing in members of the university. This event is important as it does provide that particular expression of a commitment by the Vice Chancellor to turn the university into a place of learning and also a place of intellectual and scholastic engagement. The people who today are being honored or who are receiving these awards can pat themselves on the back But there are a few things that I thought would be very important to deal with. The first is that as a Vice-Chancellor, we know when she gives people degrees, that the certificate always read that they've satisfied the requirements for the degree. And the same applies with the notion of when people are promoted. But when we say people have satisfied the requirements for the degree, we deliberately did not mention how long it took, because we know that to be able to get a doctoral degree requires hard work. It requires perseverance. So without perseverance, it would have been very impossible for the people who we are celebrating today to do or to have done as well as they have done. So that is the first thing that today symbolizes perseverance and hard work. Then the second thing that one would also say, and this is what they will also tell you, that it always seems impossible until it is done. So we join them in congratulating them for not having disappointed the university in its commitment and in its investment in them in terms of both the resources and time. So that is something that we can proudly say the university has contributed to the human resource potential of this country. But as we often say, this achievement should not be seen as the end, nor should it be seen as the beginning of the end. But perhaps we can say it is the end of the beginning. Having said that, it is also important that we acknowledge the support that all of us receive in our journey to climbing the great heights. We are often supported by many other people. So the first thing that I would like to say to the colleagues who've been promoted and those who got their certificate, the doctoral certificate, is what the Americans called the talented tenth. That those few people, because we are often very few, who have made it. But our challenge is what is called lifting as we rise. It is not a time for us to celebrate where we came, that we are the only people around here. So what the University of Zululand has actually done is to say we are going to live as we rise. So that is the most important thing. The second thing that is facing the challenge of the new graduates and the people who are promoted is a realization that the future has always been unknown, but it has actually become even more complex. And some would even say more ambiguous. But to put it nicely, according to those who are in the first industrial revolution, the technological advances that we're facing are creating an uncertain future. And the way that uncertain future expresses itself has been captured by the fact that 60% of the jobs that young people who start school today are going to get into are jobs that do not exist. Now, what it does for educators and universities is to ask themselves, how do you prepare young people for jobs that do not exist? During our time, it was very clear that there was a need for teachers, there was a need for nurses, there was a need for scientists, for physicists, for chemists, and all that. But the future seems to suggest that some of those jobs can easily be done by machines. So the question is, in getting these degrees and being promoted, how do you begin to rise to the next challenge? Because as they say, after climbing a great hill, you discover that there are many more hills to climb. So the next hill to climb is for us to navigate into the future that is unknown. And this is where the challenge is. And the new entrants and those who are promoted need to start being the people who are in the vanguard, to use the word that the VC uses, the vanguard of thinking, to thinking anew. Then the third thing that I would like to mention today is the notion or the reality that we live in a continent that is demonstrably rich. Africa, in terms of natural and human resources, it's a rich continent. In Africa, you can find every imaginable mineral. You talk about petroleum, you talk about natural gas, you talk about crude oil, talk about diamond, iron ore, manganese, lithium, gold, titanium, platinum, copper, and the others. They are Africa is a home of the major reserves in this area. Yet Africa is also a home of the world's poor. According to the World Bank, 2025, 80% of African or of poor people of the world will be found in Africa. That means we are a people who constitute the majority of the poor and yet to live in a continent that is very rich. And some people have called this a resource curse. And this brings us to the most major challenge. How do we deal with this continental paradox? How do we deal with the fact that even today in our own country, the majority of our people find themselves to be outsiders? This is where the need for African thought comes in. That our certificates and our achievement will mean nothing if we are not going to be lifting our own communities. And for as long as our communities remain poor, Africa will always be seen as a first class or a home of the first class citizens of the world. This is why our challenge is to link our scholarship to Africa's development, and it starts at home. If you read the documents that have been produced within the University of Zealand in the last 4 years, you can see the commitment by the university, led by the Vice-Chancellor, to make sure that the UNIZO becomes a home of African scholarship. So we hope that the people who are graduating today will be that vanguard of scholars that will make sure that we shape the university, that we also shape the thinking, not only in South Africa and not only continentally, but we are dealing with it at the global level. It is for that reason that next week we are hosting some of the best luminaries in scholarship, people like Medifa Asante. It is for that reason that next week we are having this international conference. It is part and parcel of making sure that we say, when we talk about UNIZO, we say African scholarship starts here, that we turn the university into a home of African thought, where the university becomes a magnet of the best of African thought. And only then will we be able to address some of the challenges that we face. So these are the three things that I thought I would need to put across to our people, the people we are celebrating today. Then in few sentences, one is that this is not the end, nor the beginning of the end, but perhaps the end of the beginning. Two, that we are in an era where the future has become so unknown that what we need to do is to prepare ourselves to start teaching differently, because the young people we teach today will get into jobs that do not exist. Three, that we need to be participants in addressing what we call the continental paradox. The paradox where we live in a continent that is richly endowed in whichever way you can imagine. Yet it is a continent that houses the poor of the world. And our job today is that we've been given this mandate to make sure that, given our history, We owe it to many others who came before us to make sure that Africans can also join the hands or the ranks of the nations that are very proud. Now, my last statement today would be that as we do so, we need to give the best that we have. And I can only close that by saying what Martin Luther King had said, what the former President Nelson Mandela said, that if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, sweep it so well, like Michelangelo painted pictures, sweep it so well, like Beethoven composed music, sweep it so well, like Shakespeare wrote poetry, sweep it so well, so that all the people can actually come and say, here lies a great street sweeper who did his job so well. So you, the people today, must take this as one of the assignments that is still outstanding. That we are not free until we dealt with poverty. We are not free for as long as our educational system simply produces people who are beholden to coloniality. And the whole notion of decolonial education is the challenge that the youth has embraced, not begrudgingly, but it has embraced enthusiastically. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to join you in celebrating the achievements of our colleagues. And I want to thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Siepe, for the wise words, as always. Every time you speak, we always feel like we should have a pen and a paper to take the notes because every time you speak to us, we always reflect on where we were and where we are trying to go. And I can see the future is bright for University of Zululand. Thank you so much, Prof. Siepe.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. One thing Prof. Siepe that has said, he said University of Zululand is making history. The history that he's talking about, we are on the road. We are on the journey to become a node for African thought. What I'm saying to our new graduates, do not leave the institution. Be part of the history that we are creating as an institution. I know the mistake that the new PhD holders make when they graduate, they always think other universities, once you have PhD, they take you as a senior professor. There is a reason why at the University of Zululand you will not just jump to a senior lecturer position because you are not there yet. You are not ready. So, University of Zululand will prepare you to become a senior lecturer that is of value, not just a senior lecturer because now you have a PhD. So, hold your horses, do not go, be part of that history. And colleagues, I'm the living example, I'm the living proof that it is doable. You can do it. In few years from now, if you work hard, if you focus on the job you were employed to do, trust me, you will one day is one day. I'm not gonna tell you what, but one day is one day. It will happen. I would like to call our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Mtose, to come forward for the recognition of achievements. We will start with our PhD holders. Please wear your gowns as you come on stage, please. You've worked hard for these red gowns. Please wear them with pride. On my list, we will start with the Faculty of Science, Engineering, and Science, Agriculture, and Engineering. the, f- the first person on the list is Dr. P.S. Mkwai. I'm sorry about that. Please come forward. Is Professor here? Is Doctor here? Okay. Physics and Engineering, Doctor. Thank you. A photo. Mm. Please don't forget to smile. Dr. S. Sibanda. S. Sibanda. Abayintshontshile igawuni yakho. Hamba uyivodeke. While we wait for him, Dr. F. Singh, Nursing Science. Hmm? Oh. Dr. Sibanda, are you ready? Okay. Dr. Zeti Mbele. There's Mbele this side. Usibanda. Oh, finally he's there. Kwangathi ugqoke igawuni eronke nje. Dr. Sibanda. Ugqoke eronke. Hayi impela. Impela hayi. Angazi. Dr. LG Buthelezi. Naye lowa ebethela zancane. Engathi urongi naye loya. Angezi la ne-KZN. Dr. Buthelezi, are you here? Huh? From Sam. Oh, okay. Oh. Uyabona ke ngoku. Dr. Buthelezi is not here. We will call Prof. Dr. Sibanda after. So we move on to faculty. Okay. Where is Dr. Sibanda? None. Are you running away? No. The science. Okay. Okay. Finally. Okay, break out. Okay. Now I will be calling doctors from the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. Dr. M.P. Mkwamba. Dr. M.W. Mbata. Mbata. Good. Dr. N.R. Mofokeng. Dr. Mfokeng. Yes, well done. Dr. Zetin Tembu. Dr. Mtembu. Dr. J.B. Dlamini. J.B. Dlamini. Tohoza to. Dr. R.S. Masondo. Masondo. Oh, lang. Masondo. Dr. S.S. Nyeni. Dr. Myeni. Yes, yeah. Yeah, boss. Yes. Dr. P.P. Pagati. Oh, not P. P. Pagati. Dr. P. Pagati. Dr. F.M. Ringwood. Dr. Ringwood. Ringwood. Oh. Dr. Ringwood. What's that? Dr. K.E. Kumalo. Dr. Kumalo. Dr. Kumalo. Dr. Mtembu. Dr. Mtembu. I'd like to call the doctors from the Faculty of Commerce, Administration and Law. Dr. M. Mpofu, our faculty manager. Dr. S. X. N. Kanyile. Dr. Kanyile. Dr. MTB Makanya. Dr. M.R. Dengecha. Dr. Dengecha. Dr. L.T. Zungu. Kunevavavum. Dr. Babu Mtimkulu. Oh, Dr. Bab. Dr. D. Motilal, our registrar. I would like to call from the Faculty of Education.
Just the three of us.
Oh, just the three of us. Dr. Kotli Smile. Doctors from the Faculty of Education. Dr. N.M. Gumbi. Okay. Okay. Dr. P.N. Kumalo. P.N. Kumalo is not here. Okay. Dr. James Zimela from Dr. Zimela is from the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, and Engineering. Oh. Dr. Telezi from Science as well. Please come forward. Mm. Prof. Kunen. I'm not sure if this is a mistake in. Give me. Masa ngibona. Okay. I will announce it. I think I called everyone. Everyone that I did not call. I think that I have called everyone. Is there anyone that I might have left from the list? Is there anyone? Or Professor Mtose? Now, where's my list? I would like to call. Oh, okay. Dr. K. Morgan from Law. Now I'm going to call all the colleagues that have been promoted to associate professorship and full professorship. I remember when I came to collect my gift in 2022, I was told that I am not a professor, but I am associated with professors. So I must work hard to become a professor. So I would like to call all those who are associated with Professor Professor from Faculty of Commerce, Administration and Law, Professor Calvino. Mm. Professor Matadi. Come this side, Prof. Professor Zhou. He's not from China, but he's Professor Zhou. Mm. You are not from China. I would like to call the professors from the Faculty of Humanities and Social Science. Professor Mtiniso. Oh, it's full. To associate. Professor Akpome. If a note for African thought was a brother, that will be Professor Akpome. Hey, he's tall. Then Professor Malquin. Say pineapple. Say pineapple list. Okay. Yes, can we have the picture with all the doctors? All the doctors, please come forward. Sawubona baba. Hayi nami ngedwa baba then. Prof, how are you, Prof? Hayi Prof, uma la nabantu bakho Prof. Webaba Ngcobo, enami ngi-related kabili kaNgcobo, from my mother's side and from my father's side. Angithi
That happened.
nathi sihlale sibabuze.
They do proper screening.
Nathi ababuze. Let me move.
Right?
I think I like your position. Yeah, the podium. The podium.
Yeah, I'm not even pitching. I want to make an announcement.
Oh, and I'm standing in your way.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not on the picture. No, I'm not a doctor.
Thank you.
There's one for insurance.
Yes. Each faculty must come with their dean, please. So don't kumula yet. So, no, the first it's Faculty of Commerce, Administration and Law.
Lovely, yes.
How?
Ayikho enethunga esengela phansi.
How? Charity begins at home. How?
Bapak Dopotet.
Faculty of Humanities. Faculty of Education, but were they here? Oh, okay. Science, get ready. Can I have Faculty of Science, Agriculture, and Engineering, please? Or on behalf of, please take a photo with the dean. Oh, yes. Okay. Babum Tim Cool. You are not a doctor now, Ubaba.
Sound.
Faculty of Science. Professors, please get ready. Associate professors, please come for the photo. Professors, please come. Come forward, please. Here is the stage. You can go down. Thank you so much, Vice Chancellor. You may sit. The next item on the agenda is a congratulatory message from our DVC Teaching and Learning Professor Nomlomo. Please come forward.
Eh, Thank you very much, Program Director. Is it fine? Okay. Program Director, Professor Makikaba, thank you very much. Our Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Mtose, the Executive Management of the institution, our guest speaker joining online, Professor Siepe, the Deans of the faculties, the new graduates, PhD graduates, the professors, associate professors. Good day, Molweni. It's a great pleasure to be part of this gathering today. I think the disadvantage of coming at the end is that everything has been said. So I'm just going to say I'm done. And I'm going to sit down. So, on a serious note, colleagues, I don't know whether Prof. Siepe or Mr. Ngobo did some plagiarism somewhere. And I think something must be done to both of them. There's been some plagiarism somewhere because what I'm going to say, they have already said. So it's very great that to be part of this gathering to congratulate our colleagues who have reached a milestone in their academic journeys. And here we're talking about our new doctors, those who have obtained their PhDs. So on this table, they were already saying the drrrs. Can we say drrrs? Our drrrs. Those are our doctors. And there's a story around that. I think, and please don't be bored. Some have heard it before, but some will be hearing it for the first time. So when I got my PhD, my children said, "Oh ma, you're going to have a drr next to your name." So that's where it's so that's where it's coming from. So we congratulate all the drrs. And also our professors who are associate professors and full professors. I will refer to them as the associate professors as ASPROs. That means they are very strong. You know, ASPRO, when I was young, there were tablets called ASPROs. I don't want to, I think that is also exposing my age. And aspirins. So the associate professors and professors, congratulations. This is a remarkable achievement that reflects your hard work, dedication, and commitment to advancing knowledge in your own areas of specialization. Well, I think in our African context, the significance of your achievements cannot be overstated. You will remember that in our, particularly in our South African context, there is only about 1.4% of population holding doctoral degrees. So you will be perhaps a one in a village, or in 5 or in 20 villages, who is having a doctorate. And I think I can relate to that. And I would think that most of us would relate to that, that in your own village, perhaps if you're coming from Ingcobo, you would be the only one doctor in that particular village. And of course, this stats is not very recent, but about around 2018, the stats might have risen. Of course, now there were about 29% of doctorates that were awarded to South Africans. That is in our academic institutions in South Africa. And a recent survey by Universities South Africa, what we shortly call USAF, reveals that South Africa graduates very few doctoral candidates. And the reason behind one of the reasons, or one of the factors behind that, is related to funding constraints. So in our context, unlike the developed world where your doctorate is funded, we fund ourselves. So that's one of the constraints. And also, most of our doctoral students are part-timers because they have to work. And now they find themselves having to navigate their responsibilities whilst they are doing their part-time studies. So I think we have to celebrate these achievements, because I looked at at colleagues when they were taking photos, and I could see that many of them were staff members. So they had to juggle between their work and studies. And I think that's something we cannot really, we have to celebrate that. So your achievements, colleagues, serve not just as personal milestone, but as crucial steps towards addressing disparities in our communities and paving a way forward for our future generations. You are graduating at a time where there's lots of turbulence in our communities. Issues of violence. We've seen killings, poverty, conflict, and so on. And that would be a challenge. And perhaps the question that we have to ask ourselves is, what contribution are we going to make as doctors, as nudrs, in that respect? So, so you have reached a great milestone, and you must go on to inspire others to follow in your footsteps. And I think Prof. Gigaba said it so nicely. I'm still talking to the drills. As you embark on this new chapter in your academic lives, please note that there are opportunities as well as challenges that are awaiting you. Your PhD qualification can unlock avenues for innovative research, collaboration, and potential to make a significant impact within your field. So, whilst balancing research, teaching, and administrative duties can be demanding, it is also, your PhD is also a pathway to personal and professional growth. So in academia, there is a phrase. When I started as an academic, and I think that phrase still exists now, the phrase of publish or perish is still in existence. So that phrase serves as a constant reminder of the expectations you will face as someone with a PhD. But it also emphasizes the importance of contributing towards scholarship within and beyond the academic community. And perhaps some of you, when you go for Christmas, and they will hear that umntana kamasibani bani une-PhD, they will come back, mntanam amadola kasaqaqambe. Umqolo wam ubuhlungu. And I think some of us have experienced that. I think the Vice-Chancellor once mentioned that she had an experience of that, because they don't have an understanding of what this doctorate means. You are called ugqirha, a doctor, and for them, is the medical doctor. So that is why I'm saying your knowledge must go beyond the academic environment to our communities and explain what it means. Now let me come to the ASPROs and the full professors. So you are stepping into esteemed roles, and the expectations are even higher for you. You're not only leaders in your research areas, but you are also expected to be mentors and role models for the next generation of scholars. So that means there are opportunities, of course, for you as professors, but you also have responsibilities. So your scholarship is not personal, as I said from the beginning, but it should be inspirational, innovative, and impactful. And you should also provide leadership in your specific areas to create a vibrant academic environment through your research, through guiding students and emerging scholars towards their own successes. So, as professors, both associate and full professors and senior professors, you have an opportunity to shape the future of academia and make a lasting impact on the lives of others. Once again, colleagues, congratulations, City Halala, Halala Drrrs, Halala Profs. Yes, thank you very much on your well-deserved success. Enkosi kakhulu.
Thank you so much, Prof, for the message to our drills and associate professors. We'll get, I think we need to have an entertainment from the choir. Are they here? Or it's the music? Okay, maybe we can have the entertainment after the speeches. One go. Oh, okay. Let us have the appreciation remarks from the drills. Dr. MTB Makanya. Lippy just. Then after Dr. Makanya, we will have Professor Akpome, who will say remarks on behalf of those promoted. So I won't be coming back to stage to call Professor Akpome.
They are very naughty. Grace and peace. You are supposed to say amen. It gives me great pleasure to stand here and thank a couple of people that have journeyed with us on this journey. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Vice-Chancellor for her visionary leadership and steadfast support for academic activities that has a profound impact on our institution and on us as scholars. You champion initiatives that foster intellectual growth and have enhanced the academic experience for all students. And thank you for your commitment to excellence, your encouragement, and for creating an environment where we could thrive. We are truly grateful for your continued leadership and dedication to our success. And we are also immensely grateful for this award ceremony, and we look forward to being awarded again when we become associate professors. And I thought the doctors were going to say, we receive. And we would also like to express our appreciation to the research division, Professor Gnene and Professor Brown and the whole team for providing us with resources, workshops on research, and the university for the subsidy, and I'm sure you didn't pay when you were studying, for facilities and a community that allowed us to pursue our ambitions. The academic environment here has been instrumental in our development, and we are proud to be affiliated with such an institution. We also would like to extend our sincerest thanks to our esteemed supervisors. Their dedication, guidance, and unwavering support have shaped us into the scholars we are today. And I want to particularly thank my supervisor, Professor Gili. It will remain my greatest pleasure to have been supervised by someone who knows what she's doing. And I know that I pushed you too hard. I will submit and then expect a response within a week. And my students, my master students are also struggling with that they submit. I look at their work and say to me, submit within a week, because I really do not procrastinate. I hate procrastination. And each piece of advice, every challenging discussion, and the many hours you invested in our growth has been invaluable. Thank you for believing in our potential and pushing us to achieve more than we thought was possible. To our families and friends in absentia, one of the drills in my department was asking whether are we supposed to bring our wives, and I said to him, no, 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 no wives this time. But in absentia, I would really like to thank our families for their support and encouragement and love, especially to wives and I'm sure husbands. They missed you while you sit in front of your computer around 12 midnight, and the bed was cold, but they persevered. And we would really like to thank them. And please thank them when you get home. When you get home, those who will get home to their wives and husbands, just give them a kiss. Tell them the Vice Chancellor said I must give you a kiss. And to the Dries, my fellow graduates, we want to express and express our gratitude together. We have navigated the challenges of research. We need really to celebrate these breakthroughs, and for the support we have received and the support you have given yourself, because you needed to push yourself as well in writing. And I'm sure some of you were not like me. I was very eager to finish. I had the energy and the passion because I've always wanted to be a doctor. Remember that in my previous life, I was in the church. I didn't get time to study because there were a lot of things around me. Especially when I became a bishop, I had to sort out clergy that were naughty and so forth and so forth. But when I got to the university, I got a chance to study, and we really need to pat ourselves in the back and say, well done to us. As we embarked on, and as we have embarked on our next adventure, we should carry forward the lessons that we have learned, the friendships we have made, and the resilience developed during our time. Together, we'll make a positive contribution to our fields and world beyond. So, cheers to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop. He was my bishop, and that you have given me a very difficult job. How does one speak after a bishop has spoken? I find myself in the unenviable position of standing between this august audience and lunch. Uh, it's also a very powerful position, but I promise you, I will exercise my power not as a colonialist, as a decolonized person. I will exercise. I want to stand on existing protocols. I greet you, Vice Chancellor, DVCs, deans, directors, all university leaders, we recognize you. I will not indulge in the debate about whether it's afternoon or morning, because as we advised in one of our decolonial engagements, Sanbonani addresses people and not the clock. So it doesn't matter whether it's morning or afternoon. We see you, we recognize you. And we thank the university for this moment of recognition. This is a Sanbonani moment for us to recognize the colleagues who've worked hard and colleagues who, promotion, if you apply for promotion, you apply because you believe you have worked hard and you think you qualify. But what you think and what you believe is not enough for you to be promoted. Those who sit on the promotions committee, those who endorse your promotion application have to also believe. So their recognition, I think, counts more than your own recognition of what you think. It's Maya Angelou, the American poet, the Black American poet, who says, "We all think we should work less and earn more." HR doesn't always think like that. So we'd like to give our appreciation to all the colleagues, the HODs who signed off on our application, promotion applications, the deans, the promotion committees, of course, the Vice-Chancellor. We thank you for this honor you've bestowed on us, the recognition you've given to us. We also want to thank our students, because if we didn't have students, some of them definitely are not here, but I'd like to put on record, we are grateful to the students with whom we worked, who gave us an opportunity to show our talent, and whose work thank the research people who allowed us to do research, to attend conferences, to present papers, and all members of the university community who gave us a chance to show that we have something to give to the university. And we get promoted on top of the salaries that we receive. We thank you. I want to thank the Vice Chancellor in particular, thank Professor Siepe, thank my Dean, Professor Shokane, my former Dean, Professor Masoha, and all the colleagues we worked with on the African Thought Project. It has been the absolute pleasure of my life. It has been the high point of my career to be part of this project. I thank you. And all of us, on behalf of my colleagues, promotion is kind of a challenge as well. It's we expect you to work more. It's written in the letter, isn't it? So we expect you to do more. We are going to pledge that we'll do more. We are going to require your assistance, because without your assistance, we wouldn't be employed in the first place. Without your assistance, we wouldn't qualify for promotion in the first place. If we are going to work more, we are also going to need your assistance. So all those applications we are going to be sending for funding, we are going to be sending for leave, we are going to be sending for collaborations. As you help us, we will all lift the university forward. We are indeed proud, as Dr. Makanya has said, to be associated with this institution. I am proud to be associated with this institution. Lastly, I'll thank those who don't get thanked so often, our colleagues who put the bling in all we do. They are one of my favorite colleagues in this university, the CMD people, Stamtambo, Naledi, James, Sam K, Nomvelo, Mieni. No, I missed your name, right? Okay. We really thank you. IT people, Mr. Smiso is somewhere there. Without them, these lights will not shine on us. And what we do, people say they see us on YouTube and all of that. I think they're a fantastic part of this university. I thank you. Siabonga nonke.
Thank you so much, Prof. Akbome and Dr. Makanya, for the wise words, for your appreciation to the institution, supervisors, and everyone. I think we have come to the end of our program, and I would like to thank all of you for being good people, listeners, audience. Thank you so much. And I would like also to inform Prof. Kunene that the invoice is coming. I'm from business, right? I don't do things for free. So I will be sending you my invoice. Thank you so much, colleagues. We will have entertainment and then while we are being served lunch, enjoy the lunch. Thank you.